This is the last day of the class. Last day of the class. It's so funny. I put a couple posts. I don't know if y'all follow me on Facebook yet, but if y'all not following me, y'all need to follow me. But I put a post from Coach Mitchell, and Coach Mitchell said, how can he trust you? I heard you. How can he trust you in the classroom? How can he trust you on the field if he don't trust you in the classroom? Love that. A lot of things he said was right on. I'm telling you, when y'all left yesterday, we had a little discussion like Coach Mitch was right on point. Coach Mitch was right on point. Then I think about my guys that was up here, those seniors who were trying to impart in you some information, trying to tell you that, man, they've been through some things, but they didn't let things get into them. They didn't let things distract them. And so that's what I got to talk to you about today, is don't allow these things that you're going to get into to distract you. Y'all cannot let haters detract you from where you're going. Let me hit that first. You're going to have haters. That's what they talked about a little bit about. They said haters. How many of you, by a show of hands, got haters? If you got haters, raise your hand. All right, so everybody in the room got haters. Everybody in the room got haters. Here's the thing I say to people, and Alicia heard me say this before, Tana heard me say this before, but let me hit you with this, and I got one more thing to say. All y'all who got haters, y'all crazy if y'all sitting up getting mad at them or fighting them. Y'all crazy. And I get so mad when I tell this story because a lot of us get mad at haters and we let haters distract us and detract us. Gentlemen, you got such a positive future ahead of you. But I told you before, you got to be tired. You got to be hungry. You got to want this. It's a whole lot of dudes who wish they was sitting in this class, wish they was going to practice when you tired and don't feel like going to practice. They wish they was doing what you get the opportunity to do. And remember, Tana said opportunity or obligation. Gentlemen, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. These seniors up here, I had a conversation with all of them, and I said, look, this is the last time you'll have practice every time you go to practice. This is your last day of practice every day you go to practice. The last time you'll practice every day you go to practice. So you got to look at it like that. You got to look at it like, man, I got to get this in. Do you feel me? All right, so I tell y'all crazy for fighting haters because of this. Because of this simple little formula. If I'm sitting at Myers up the street and I'm looking in the fish tank and I'm looking at the fish, what are the fish doing? What are they doing? Swimming. So fish are swimming because fish do what? Swim. Wait a little bit louder. Fish do what? Swim. Okay. So now I'm outside and y'all see me, y'all make, man, Doc, he cold, man. Doc cold, but let me go holler at him. And y'all see me talking to a bird. And y'all like, Doc cold, but he look crazy. Because I'm telling that bird, I tell you what, bird, when I come close to you, you better not move. And when I step next to that bird, what is that bird going to do? Fly. It's going to do what? Because birds do what? Fly. Wait. So fish do what? Swim. Birds do what? Fly. Haters do what? Hate. So why y'all getting mad and wanting to fight haters and all they doing is doing what they do? Y'all got to recognize that, fellas. That you're going to have haters, but that's what they do. Their job is to hate. Their job is to distract you from what it is you're supposed to do. See, y'all have a purpose. And I told you before, your purpose is not just football. Your purpose is to figure out what you're supposed to do in life. That's your purpose. Don't let anybody detract you or distract you from your purpose. But here's the reality. Last thing that I'm going to shut up. Here's the reality. Y'all got to die to the old ways you used to do stuff. Tana said you all got a 4.0. Y'all ain't took a class yet. So y'all going to have to decide on Monday what that class is going to be about. Is it going to be about you on your grind, or you going to get lazy and say, man, I don't feel like going? Snow going to hit, man, I don't feel like going to class. But I tell you what, you're not going to feel like going to class, but you're going to have your buddy football practice at 1 o'clock. So then you start to figure out what's more important to you. Class got to be important. So you got to be willing to die to the old things that you used to do. And I know some of you probably, myself included, I've had to die many times to some things that I wasn't supposed to be doing in order to do the things that I'm supposed to do. And so it was this gentleman, and he was rich, wealthy guy, real wealthy. And he had a big old house, but he didn't have a lot of people in his house with him. So he was kind of lonely. So he said, I'm going to Africa and I'm going to the safari. And what I'm going to do is I heard about this place where they got these birds that can talk. It's like these parakeets, and they can talk. They can hold conversation. He said, so when I travel out there, I'm going to get me one of these parakeets so I can have a friend. And so he goes out there, and he sees one of the parakeets, and he grabs it, and he puts it in a cage, and he takes it home. Now, he didn't treat the parakeet bad. When he took the parakeet, he was like, oh, this is my friend. So he fed him, and he lived in this cage that was real, real nice. One of the nicest cages that you can have for a bird. And they used to have conversations. And this was his friend. And all of a sudden, one day, years later, he said, well, I'm going back to that place where I got you from. Is there anything that you would like me to tell your friends while I'm there? And so the bird said to him, yeah, if you can tell my friends that I'm doing fine, I'm living a wonderful life in my cage. And so he said, okay, I'll make sure I tell him. So he goes down, does what he has to do, and then he goes back to that place. And so he's in that place, and he says, hey, I have a message. I have a message from your friend who I captured years ago. He's your friend, he's my friend. He has a message for you guys. And so all the birds and all that, they all came around. And he said, the message he told me to give you is that he is having a wonderful life and he's very happy inside his cage. And as he said it, this one bird, he was making this noise, and all of a sudden he fell off his branch and he died. And so the gentleman was like, oh my God, he must have really loved his friend that much that when I told him the story about how well he's doing, he died. And so he left and he went back home. So when he flew back home, he couldn't wait to get back to his bird because he loved this bird. And so he gets back to this bird, and first thing, he goes over there, and the bird is happy to see him, happy to see him. He said, hey, did you get a chance to go talk to my friends and to my family? He said, I did. He said, well, what happened? He said, oh my God, they all came around when I told them I had a message from you. And he said, well, what happened? He said, man, I'm telling them how well you're doing and how you're having a great time in your cage. He said, but one of the birds must have loved you so much that he fell off of his branch and he died. And so the bird in the cage, his friend, after hearing the story about his friend, he too died. And the owner was like, oh my God, they must have truly loved each other that much. And so the owner took the bird and he put him outside. And so he was sad. When he got back in, he looked out the window where he had put the bird, and the bird started flying. He was like, oh my God, what happened? And so the bird went to a branch outside the window. He said, well, why did you do that? Why did you trick me? He said, because I got a message from my friend. And he said, well, what was the message? What was the message? Why did you do this to me? He said, the message was this, that even though I had a great time with you, the only way I can get out this cage is I have to die. See, gentlemen, it's something that all of us in this room is dealing with. But in order for us to grow from it, we got to die to those things. I don't know what your grades were in high school, but it's time to die to those old study habits. I don't know what type of decisions that you made when you were in high school, but it's time to die to those things in order for you to live the life that you truly deserve to live. Does that make sense? Does all this make sense? Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Can you use the word die? Can you use a different word for die? Because I'm kind of confused when you're saying die.
Okay. If I don't use the word die, the hard part for me is a lot of times we try to fix things. But fixing things, I got matter of fact, Alicia knows this. I don't buy new cars. I buy cars used, low miles. My mother hates it. My mother hates it because you can get a warranty on a new car. And so what always happens, and Alicia talks about me, because I used to shop on Craigslist a lot. So I used to get all my kids their Christmas presents from Craigslist. And my wife hates it, and Alicia hated it too. And because a lot of times I was getting somebody else's garbage. I really was. Sometimes you can get some good stuff, but most of the times I was getting the garbage, thinking I'm hooking my kids up. Because some of that stuff had been fixed. And what was going to happen was it was going to break again. See, truly, to really get rid of something, you got to destroy it. See, when you start changing what you should do into a must, that's when everything changes. See, a lot of people say, I should do this, I should do that, and they should all over themselves. When it becomes a must is when you're going to change. When you say, you know what, I must start getting better study habits. I must go over to the writing center because I'm not a good writer. I must get a tutor because in the past, I wasn't good at math. So it's hard for me not to use the word die to something. Because truly, you have to die to some things. See, I understand, and I told y'all, you know, I got kicked out of 2 different high schools. I graduated from alternative school. The Dr. Damon Arnold guy, I wasn't this guy years ago when I was sitting in the classroom playing football. I was a different dude. Now that dude is still inside of me, but I don't choose to feed that dude. See, Damon, that old Damon, is still there. But I choose to feed the other Damon that tries to encourage people. I choose to talk about my mess because I know it's a message, but I understand that I got to die to that old dude. Because that old dude used to get in all kind of trouble. That old dude thought he knew everything. And he was so afraid to ask for help because he didn't want people to know that he could do something. I literally had to die to that dude. And that dude always tries to peek his head, and I'm like, nope, not allowing it to happen. That dude is dead. See, I read this one book that I love a whole lot, and it says, you know, it talks about being a new creature. It's time for y'all to be a new creature. Y'all got this, man. I'm so freaking proud of y'all. I said it in front of my guys that was up here. I said, this is my favorite class. Because I wanted y'all to hear. I've never done that before. I said, this has been my favorite class. You talk about a class that's asking questions. You talking about a class that when Coach Mitchell said something, y'all knew what he was talking about. But y'all got to carry on with this, man. Alicia mentioned a statistic that I always say in this class, 52-48. First time saying it in front, 52-48. And what I mean by that is across the country, 52% of athletes entering in their freshman year will graduate. 48% won't. And whenever I teach this class, trust me, we all see it. We're like, you know, y'all, it's not going to be me. It's not going to be me. And I hope, I pray that it's not going to be you. But you're going to have to do the extra. You're going to have to do the work. Y'all going to have to help each other out. Y'all going to have to help each other out. You know, the closest thing that I see about this team this year, man, is I've never seen this bond so close as I've seen it. Because for a while, it dropped for a minute. But I see it. I seen it last year, and I seen how y'all start winning again. You know, that's what the coaches want. The coaches want y'all to be close to each other because it's about y'all. They're trying to develop the relationships, but it's only so much time that they're going to have with you. The rest, y'all together. That's why I say it's important that y'all develop relationships together. The speaker that I just heard speak, he said something that I always say. It's not how you start, it's how you finish that counts. Gentlemen, I don't care how you started. I don't know your stories. I know some of y'all's stories, but I don't know everybody's stories. I just need y'all to finish strong. I need y'all to believe in y'all. I need y'all to believe that anything that y'all choose to have, anything that y'all choose to do, y'all can do. See, I'm the type of dude where I see Jay-Z and Beyonce and I see them on a yacht and I'm like, why can't I? You know, when I see it, all it do is it allows me to understand that it's possible. See, I don't hate on nobody. I love seeing successful people. I love congratulating successful people because that means it's possible. My wife said the other day she seen a Ferrari on campus. I'm like, ooh, they beat me to it. That's what I was thinking, like, dang. Because one day, I ain't gonna have a Ferrari, I'm in a Lamborghini. But one day, I'm pulling up with a Lamborghini. And it's not to impress anybody. It's to press upon you, if I can do it, y'all can do it. See, y'all get to see me, Alicia, and all of us every day, and we're going to feed into y'all, we're going to speak into y'all. But I can't stress this enough. The kid that got kicked out of 2 different high schools, that's me, man. That's me. I'm not a good student. I was resourceful. I went and got help. Y'all gonna hear me talk about this all the time. That's why there's no excuses in my office. You can do what you choose to do. You just gotta make the choice to do it. You gotta make a choice that is important to you. Whatever's important to you, you're gonna take care of. That goes with relationships. When your relationship is important, that person that you date, you're gonna take care of that person. But a lot of times we forget to take care of us. Y'all gotta take care of you. Taking care of you means in 4 or 5 years, what are you gonna have?
Degree.
Thank you. That's my face look like person. 4 or 5 years, I expect all y'all to have a degree. All y'all should have a degree. Y'all can't not have come here just to play football. Because y'all been doing that all y'all lives. Y'all gonna be great at that. I need y'all to focus on this degree. I need y'all to focus, like I said, from day one, getting to know people on campus, networking, taking advantage of Tana, making sure you're emailing her. Jackie, study skills. Alicia, I heard y'all, did you hear her yesterday? She said, I'm not an athlete, but I'm here to help y'all. I told y'all, we're here to serve. We're here to help y'all. But we will never know that you need help if you don't open up your mouth. Does all this make sense, gentlemen? All this makes sense. We got y'all, but you got to die to those old ways, and you got to understand the haters going to be there, and you can't get mad at haters, and all they doing is doing what it is they do. You feel me? All right, I appreciate y'all. As we get with the day, the things that we're going to show you right now is your blackboard. Your blackboard is vitally important. I've had people come in my office, and your blackboard is what they're going to use to send emails. So if you're not utilizing Blackboard and you're not looking, your professor is sending emails on Blackboard. So make sure you're looking at Blackboard. So we're going to show you how to access that. Does that make sense? Yeah. And then tomorrow, or is it today, y'all? You cut me.